basically. So Sterling Commerce is the entire suite, and this is one application which resides inside Sterling Commerce. Okay, so the Sterling Order Management System, right? This is the like most used order management system when it comes into the market. So this is like widely used into the retail sector. Okay, mostly all the retailers. There are like few other clients which do use Sterling for different purposes, but majority of the implementation is for online e-commerce applications. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what the Sterling Order Management System defines the order life cycle basically. So we order anything from the website. We just know, okay, we made the order, and then we will track the orders. But those tracking, right, those things will be orchestrated in Sterling Order Management System. Like if order is created, then what all processes the order has to go through so that it reaches to the customer. So all those process will be defined inside Sterling Order Management System. So that is the
Okay.
basic purpose of having an order management system. Where we already discussed, so mostly it will be in retail sectors. Okay, and then why? So why is the interesting question. Okay, so uh, why Sterling Order Management System? So you can actually create one inbuilt in-house developed application for managing your orders and all those things. So that is very well possible. But why customers choose Sterling Order Management System? Because of its huge difference between the other products. Okay, so the first and foremost important thing is the real-time availability monitor. Okay, so this box. So this box, what it does is it gives the stock updates to all the selling channels. So let's say that you are integrated with the web version of order capturing, and another one is your mobile version. Okay, so the customer can place an order in any of these channels. So what happens is, based upon this RTIM, right, it publishes the accurate picture of stock availability to both the channels. So by this way, you might have, means you in the sense organization might have n number of stores, n number of warehouses, where one product can have multiple quantities in multiple warehouses, right? So all those consolidated pictures will be published to to the selling channels, and that part was done by this particular component called RTIM. So this is one of the important functionality of Sterling Order Management System, which actually keeps Sterling little bit above when it comes to other products. Okay, and then the second thing is sourcing. Okay, so this is another one more sophisticated functionality which exists inside Sterling Order Management System. So this sourcing, what it means is, as we said, right, there are like multiple where. So let's assume in case of India. Okay, in India, there are like, say, one organization is having 400 stores across India, and they have like, say, 40 distribution centers across India. Okay, now if you are ordering for an iPhone, okay, so now iPhone, the stock may exist in different stores and different distribution centers. Okay, so now if, say, you are in Bangalore and I am in Chennai. Okay, you are placing an order from Bangalore and I am placing for order from Chennai, both for iPhone, and both like distribution center in Chennai and Bangalore are having the stocks. Okay, so now the cheaper option for for your order will be sourcing from Bangalore distribution center, and for me it will be from Chennai distribution center. So this calculation, we know, okay, it will be cheaper if we actually source it from Bangalore for you and for me from Chennai. So these all things, it's pre-configured in Sterling, or which we can configure based upon our requirement, so that the intelligent sourcing will find out, okay, if the organization source it from Bangalore, it will be cheaper for them to fulfill your order, and it will be cheaper for them to fulfill my order from Chennai. So this is particularly, we called it as sourcing in Sterling. Okay, so this kind of sourcing we can actually configure in Sterling, sourcing rules we will say, and based upon this it will reduce the stock which will incur to the organization. So this is one more a huge advantage for the customers which go for Sterling Order Management System. Okay. Another important thing is we can configure this with any other external system very easily. Okay. So it provides extensibility feature, which we'll see in this particular topic. Okay. Extensibility, like how we can extend the out of the box application to suit or to fulfill the gaps in the products basically. Okay, so we can do almost everything whatever we want to do using extensibility feature. Okay, so far with me? Hello? Okay, so now I'll just brief you through the diagram which we prepared on the other day. I think we are yet to go through it. So let's say that this is your order management system which resides in between all other system. Okay, so now this is your web channel. So the web channel, this is one of the channel. So here you can have multiple channels, and the channel's responsibility is to get the order from the customer and send it to the Sterling Order Management System. So that's why here you say that here you see the order is coming down and it says order capture. So that means these channels will capture the order and send it to order management system. Order management system will consume the order and create the order in Sterling. Okay. Now here the single view of stock. So this is what we were discussing about in RTime. So RTimes gives single view of stock. So that means no matter the stock is available in multiple distribution center, multiple stores, this will give you a complete stock picture where exactly the stock is available. Okay, why? Because all the stocks are maintained at this level, order management level. So whatever channel it is, everyone can pull records from this particular system, that is order management system. Okay, now let's assume that we have a call center application. So this call center application is part of Sterling Order Management. Okay, so using call center application, you can view any of the order and you can modify the existing order. You can capture the order also. You can do all these things. Okay, so that is another functionality what we can do using Sterling Order Management System. We are calling it as easy to scale. The reason why we are saying easy to scale, because this product is road tested with huge number of stores, huge number of products in the catalog and distribution centers. So this product is road tested. So that's why we say ease to scale. We can scale up to length or breadth, no matter, we can scale. So the product is tested for that. Okay, so that's why we call easy to scale. The next one is distribution center. So now again, distribution centers are configured inside Sterling Order Management System, and then the responsibility of distribution center is to fulfill the order. So that means you will get the order will be captured in Sterling Order Management System, and then wherever the stock is available, a notification will send to that particular warehouse or store saying that, hey, we got this order and we need to fulfill this order. And from that point onwards, it's the responsibility of the distribution center to fulfill that particular order. So that's why we see here, distribution center is fulfilling your order. Okay. Now, assume that the customer is not satisfied with the order, okay, and they want to return it. So they can choose this option, going to the store and return the order. So when the customer walks into the store, they will use the Sterling Order Management System to view their order and then creating a return order for your original sales order. So that's why this diagram says that everything is possible from different channel. The reason why, because this particular Sterling Order Management resides in between all other. So that's why this particular piece is called heart, basically. So all other systems are integrated to Sterling Order Management System. Now we say here enterprise level rules. Why we say enterprise level rules is, assume that today we are configuring certain rules for one organization. Okay, now what happens is, tomorrow they will buy some other organization. Okay, they will procure some other organization. That organization may deal with different products, altogether different sector, and if they want to implement Sterling for them, right? So we can differentiate using enterprise level rules. So both the organization will be marked as enterprise, and we can configure different rules for different enterprise. That's why we call it as enterprise level rules. So this product supports enterprise level rules to ease the scaling process if a new organization or a new selling sector comes into picture. Then the next one which we see here is customer order history. So what happens is, as this is a centralized process, right? All the order resides inside this particular system. So now, if say they want to pull records for one of the customers, right? They can easily pull the records and then find out, okay, this customer has placed these many orders. The reason why they were able to do it, because all the system are exist in this centralized system called Sterling Order Management. That's why we call it as order master. Understood so far? So advantage wise, I told you, so these all are the advantages. Okay, we do have few other order management system, but those were like not road tested, not used by a big retailers. That will be used for small scale retailers where they will have less functionalities in. So those kind of retailers will use different order management system, but a full-fledged retailer who is like giant retailers, they will go with this particular order management system. Okay, so this is all about the introduction and the necessity of Sterling order management system in today's world. Okay, now I'll just so far any doubts? So now I'll just brief you through all the contents. Okay, basically course contents which we will be dealing if at all it happens. Okay, so we will not see the sorry.
No, nothing. You can clear.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll not see the installations basically, but we'll go through the steps, and we will see after installation what all things will be there inside Sterling, what is the Sterling means folder structure looks like, and how you will access the DB. Then what all are the different components of Sterling. So we will have different components where we will do different things. So that those all things makes Sterling. Okay, so we'll see what all components are available. So one is SMCFS. This is the core component of Sterling, SMCFS. Another one is ISCCS. This is the web version of call center, which comes with Sterling. And the next one is SBC, Sterling Business Center. So this is the placeholder where we will configure the rules. Okay, rules which are required for processing the order, and all those enterprise level rules, customer level rules, item level rules, payment rules, pricing rules. All those rules will be configured in the SBC. That's called Sterling Business Center. Then WSC is the web version of Sterling Store. So we'll see, okay, what all things you can do using Sterling Store. Then the app server, so like where the application will reside inside app server, and what all changes you have to do to bring your Sterling up and running. So these all things we'll discuss on the next session. And then after that we will see the Sterling architecture, basically what all things are there in Sterling architecture. I think for the last session I have drawn this. So we'll see what is Sterling Order Management System, where it fits, what all other channels are getting involved, and what all external system is getting involved. Those things we'll see. Then we'll see framework. So there is something called sync and async way for for processing the orders or processing the task inside Sterling. We'll see what those are, basically. And then we'll see extensibility feature of Sterling, how we can extend the Sterling to achieve the requirement, basically the customer's requirement, or the gaps which the product doesn't support, basically. So those things we'll see on the very next session. And then onwards, right? These all things are basic things which one should know. Then the next thing onwards, we will move on to the project specific. So if you go into any of the projects, right, from the beginning, they will ask you to do these all things. So first thing is participant modeling. So that means you have to identify by talking to the customer what the participant model they want, basically. So how the organization hierarchy they want, how many number of stores they will have, how many distribution centers they will have. So this process is to identify all the organization hierarchy for that particular customer, and then model it into the Sterling. So we will see what all are the different roles we have in Sterling, and how to configure all the roles in Sterling. So those things we will identify. This is one of the key component. The reason why, because you have to see the future of that customer and design the participant modeling today. Okay, the reason why, because if we don't do that, tomorrow if the customer wants to expand, right, if your participant model doesn't caters that, then that's all gone. So that is why we say this particular block is very important for the future expansion. Then on the very next day, we will see there is something called Sterling APIs. Okay, what all are those Sterling APIs? We'll see. Using APIs only, we will do all the interaction and everything. Then we will see basic. There is something called transactions. So each right, when you place an order, you can able to track the status. So you will see different statuses your order has gone through. So those different statuses will be driven based upon these transactions in Sterling. So we'll see those transaction, then we'll see those statuses. Then we will configure few things, like you get an email, right, email alert saying that, okay, your order is now picked, your order is confirmed, your order will be delivered. All those things, those are like few examples of actions in Sterling. We will configure those actions, and based upon that actions, things will be triggered. So I just gave you one example of email. There are multiple things happens inside Sterling. And then conditions. So you'll say that, okay, based upon this condition, you do this activity. Say before 24 hours, you trigger an email. So those kind of things can be done using conditions. Then user exit. So there is something called user exit in Sterling, which gives us an hook to speak to the external system. So this is one way of doing the extensibility. So we'll see that. And there is something called SDF, service definition framework. We'll see what is service definition framework. Okay. Then the next thing is process modeling and pipelines. So from here onwards, right, you will define the order life cycle. So basically, what all things should happen in your order, how your order journey should be, and till it is shipped to you, and then from that point onwards, reverse logistic will come into picture for returns basically. So all those things will be taught in this particular session: process modeling and pipelines. The next one is catalog management. So catalog management is like uh, dealing with all the items and all those things. So those things we'll see what is the significance of items and how to load the items, everything. RTIM, I already told you. Sourcing, I already told you. Reservation is one functionality where we will keep the stock aside for particular order. Okay, so this is called reservation. We'll see reservation. And then the scheduling and release. So there is something called scheduling and release. The process of scheduling is to identify the best location from where we can source, and release is the process to notify the particular fulfillment center saying that, hey, order is coming, you go pick, pack and ship. Okay, so those things we'll see in this block. Then we are moving into the third week. In third week, right, we will see what are the difference between these terms called store, DC and DSV. DSV is dropship vendor. So what dropship vendor means is, say today in Amazon, right, I want to sell my products, so I will be called as dropship vendor for Amazon. So they will capture the order, send it to me, and I will fulfill it. So that is one kind of dropship vendor. So we'll see what all are the difference when it comes to fulfillment. Why? Because obviously DSV will have a different fulfillment, right? Why? Because they will capture the order and send it to me, and then onwards I will fulfill the order. So I'll have a different system altogether. That's why fulfillment get differ. But store fulfillment will get differ, whereas DC fulfillment get differ. So we'll see what is the difference in this fulfillment center. As soon as fulfillment is done, that means you have picked and packed and kept it aside, the shipment comes into picture. So those packing will be converted into a shipment, and then it will be shipped to the customer. Once it is shipped, reverse logistic will come into picture. So say you got a product, you don't like that product, you want to return that product. So when you want to return that product, right, the reverse logistic will come into picture. We'll see what all rules and what all pipelines, everything related to the reverse logistic, how your order will flow. Why? Because now it has to be brought up from your location to the warehouse location. So those all things we'll see reverse logistic. Then there is something called replacement and advanced replacement. So what replacement means is exchange order. So what will happen is, say you ordered for a white shirt, but you got a black shirt. Now you're calling up the customer care and saying that, hey, I want a white shirt. So now what they will do is, they will create a replacement for your black shirt with a white shirt. So those things can be done in Sterling. We'll see how these all things will be done. The next one is payments. Payments is again one more critical component of Sterling. Why? Because a financial thing, right? So it's very critical. So we'll see what all are the things which we can do using payments, how we charge, how we authorize, how we collect the money from the customer, how we refund the customer, what all are the payment methods which we can configure to capture the money from the customer, all, and on what basis we have to refund to the customer. Those all things will come into picture in payments. Then there is something called delivery service and provided service. So let's say that you ordered for a television, and then you need a mount installation. Okay, so those installation will come into provided services. Okay, then delivery service is something like you want a next day delivery, you want a, a nominated day delivery, so those things are come into delivery services. Okay, we'll see how we can configure delivery service and provided services and make use of it. Then the next topic will be monitoring. Monitoring is something saying that we can configure a monitor in Sterling which will always monitoring an order and perform the action which is specified to trigger on that particular time. So those things called monitoring. We'll see how monitoring runs. Alerts is like say some exception occurred, or if order is supposed to be delivered today but it has not delivered, so Sterling can raise an alert and then one person can look into that alert and see what went wrong and they will fix the problem basically. So those things are called alerts in our system. Exception means say that some unwanted exception occurred, okay, because of our developed code or something, so your order will get stuck. So you can go and figure it out what exception is and then fix that exception and process that order so that the order get fulfilled. And then there is something called modification rules and audits. We'll see what those are. And then we will see users, how to create users and user groups, how to give the permissions for those users, and different things which are required to run the Sterling. We'll see environments and property files basically. Those all things are like from a technical perspective, we'll see those things. And then the second last topic will be just an overview on Sterling Store and Call Center and Business Center. I'll just show you the screens and few fundamentals like what all things can be done. Will not go through in depth. Why? Because these all things takes a lot of time. Okay, so we'll not go through in depth. We'll just go through a brief basically. And then this is more like deployment, build, and automation. We'll just walk you through like what is the process for build and deploy. Automation will not see basically. And so this is the 4 weeks course. Okay, so moreover like uh, it says 20 class, it might take more. Why? Because few components takes more time to explain basically. So few things will not go in depth. So the 4th weeks, right, these all things are not very much required, but from week 1 to third weeks are like very much required in all of the implementation. So why? Because this deployment and build, there will be one guy who will do the build and deployment, so you will never be doing those things. Then again, Sterling Store, there will be different person who will be developing these all things. We will not develop these things. So and then again, users, SSO, LDAP, most of the clients will not use these functionalities. So that's why the important classes will be from week 1 to week 3. Okay,
Okay.
Deepika?
Yeah.